Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, welcome. Happy Sunday. Happy Brunch Sunday. Again, hello, my name is Terry, and welcome to my kitchen. Like I said, today is brunch. We're going to have a good time today. Hopefully, you all had a chance to peek at the thumbnail. So, we're going to be talking about some 90s television today. And while we're sipping on our mimosas, we're going to be preparing a new little recipe I saw on Instagram that I wanted to try. I actually went ahead and tagged the original recipe, or I linked the original recipe in the description. So definitely make sure you check that out. So we're going to be making some Nutella French toast bites. I feel like this is going to be real good. I'm not a huge breakfast person. I'm not really big on French toast, pancakes, all that kind of stuff. But I do love Nutella. And actually, the last time I made my daughter French toast for her and her friend that had a little sleepover, I found that French toast was so good. So I'm going to kind of incorporate both of those recipes into one. And the good thing is we can make this like a lower calorie way. So it's not going to be real fatty, not going to have a lot of sugar and all that kind of stuff, but it is going to be really good. So before we get started, y'all already know because it's brunch, we got mimosas, of course. So I'm going to be using some Prosecco today. I just got some cheap Prosecco from the grocery store, Barefoot brand. But, if I had guests, I would have done it nicer. But I said, you know what? It's just me. I don't need to spend a whole bunch of money. So the Barefoot brand is actually good. It's less than $10. So you can't beat that, right? All right. Oh, before I open this bottle, because we do have something to celebrate, we have reached over 1,000 watch hours. Yay, 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 yay. So thank you everybody who have watched these videos, who've come live, whether you're watching live or the replays. I really, really appreciate y'all. Y'all know I'm on this journey to get my channel monetized. And one of the requirements in order to be monetized is to get 4,000 watch hours. So from January 27th to what day that I actually hit I think it was Friday. From January 27th to Friday, March or April 28th, in 90 days, less than 3 months or about 3 months, I've been able to get, with your help, 1,000 watch hours. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate y'all popping bottles for the 1,000 watch hours. All right. So for my mimosa today, I'm going to be using some pureed mangoes. I had frozen mangoes, a few fresh strawberries, because we're going to be using fresh strawberries with our French toast bites today. And then also I added a little unsweetened pineapple juice. So we're going to have like a little tropical flavor going on here. Added a little bit of monk fruit. So let me put this Prosecco in here first. Then I'll add our puree. Because y'all know I like a lot of champagne, a little bit of we'll see how many mimosas I have today. Last week, was it last week? Week before last? I had probably too many. But today's gonna be a fun show. We're gonna be talking 90s TV shows. I'm gonna give y'all my top 10. And one of my friends from college is in the chat. I'm gonna address her and everyone who's here today. One of my friends from college, she is a subject matter expert in this, okay? Y'all see I'm overflowing? That was smart. Oh, well. Nothing a little paper towels can't clean up. So, yeah, one of my friends, she's a subject matter expert at this. So I'm glad she's here in the chat. Hopefully she'll be able to join in the chat and say hello and offer her opinions on TV shows. Because, back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid no more, but back in the day, the TV used to be the bomb. Like every Friday we watched TGIF. It was like a show for every day, dang near. So let's see who's in the chat. All right. Let me address. We got Siobhan Caldwell here. Siobhan, thank you so much for being here. Siobhan is our subject matter expert. She know a thing or two about the TV industry, the entertainment industry. Happy Sunday from Celeste. Thank you so much for being here. We got Miss Peach Love in the building. Thanks so much for joining. Theo Coop is here. Thank you so much, my friend, for joining. Make sure y'all check out Theo Coop's channel. I'm sure he'll drop his link in the chat soon. Who else we got? Yvette is in the building. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you for the congratulations. Yes, ma'am. We popping bottles. Cheers to y'all for helping me get to 1,000 watch hours. We're on our way to that 4,000. We're going to be monetized here soon. Glamorous D is in the building. Afternoon to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, y'all. So let's get started. Let's get started with our meal today. So, like I said, I found this recipe actually was on Instagram. Let me pull up. So the lady's name is Miranda Brady. Like I said, I have the link in the description if you want to check it out. It's like these new little Nutella bites. I don't see if y'all can see it. Let me see. I can actually pull it up on my computer. Let me pull it up. We'll watch it together. I'll pull it up for y'all so y'all can see. It's going to be real easy. So that's why I'm going to pull it up so y'all can watch it because y'all, it's going to go fast. Like we're not going to be here long. Hopefully I don't get too excited with my mimosas. Let me turn this air up, y'all. It's hot. It is 12:08 and it is already 95 degrees outside. Lord Jesus. Y'all know I live in Phoenix. I live in the desert. So yeah. All right. Let me pull this up for y'all. It's really easy. The actual recipe that she has is only a few ingredients. So like I said, real easy: bread, Nutella, eggs. And she also like dusted outside because she does like a churro type of situation. I'm not really looking to do the whole churro thing, but I do you'll see. I'm going to switch it up a little bit, but I want to show y'all the actual recipe first so y'all see. And if you feel so inclined to make it yourself, you will be able to, oh goodness. Okay, here we go. You'll be able to go ahead and check out her real recipe. Give me a minute, y'all. Y'all talking about the y'all talking about the weather out here in the desert. Yes, Celeste, it is 95 degrees. I probably should have pulled this up before. I wasn't planning on showing y'all, but I was like, why not? Okay, here we go. Finally. I found it. All right. Let me share my screen. I'll take Celeste off. Share my screen. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. Okay. Come on, StreamYard. Sorry, y'all. Struggle streaming. Here we go. Okay. So let me go back so y'all can see. This isn't the one we're going to be watching. Come on. Here we go. All right. So it looks real good. Super easy. So we got some strawberries. Come on. All right. We got the bread, the Nutella, cut it up, egg, dip, put it in the pan, dip it in churro or in like the cinnamon sugar, and then you're done. Super easy, right? But super good. I love Nutella. So this is why I decided to start, try this recipe. If you don't like Nutella, you can actually do it with other things. In the stores this morning, I saw they had like a biscotti. Is that how you say that? A biscotti spread. You can use that. You can do peanut butter jelly. You can do so many different things. Actually, on her recipe, she has like the macros and calorie count. Like it's actually pretty low. Max, get out of here. It's actually pretty low in calories. So it's going to be real easy. So the first things first, what I'm going to do, we're going to cut up some strawberries because I want to be able to have strawberry, like a little strawberry kind of a syrup over top. So we're going to dice up some strawberries and then put a little monk fruit on top of it so we can get like some juice going and have it over our French toast bites. All right, y'all. So while I dice up my strawberries, let's talk 90s television. I'm going to give y'all my list of 90s television shows that I enjoy, my top 10, not in any particular order because honestly, I couldn't rate them. I really couldn't rate them. I just knew that these were the shows that I love. Now, I will probably point out the ones that are like my all-time favorites. I probably do have like a top 5. I should have did that because I couldn't say like what was number 1. But I'm going to start at 10 and then I'm going to go up. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all love these shows, if y'all didn't like the shows, what you liked about the shows, what you didn't like. I want to know your opinion. So as I'm reading off my list, feel free to chime in and let me know how you feel about these shows. So number 10 on the list. Again, remember, this is not in any particular order. These are just shows that I had to look online because I was like, I feel like I don't remember some. But honestly, the list that I found online, with the exception of a few, was like literally my top 10. Okay, so number 10 is In Living Color. So I actually was able to find out the years that all the shows were like on the air. And we're going to talk about these timelines here in a little bit. So In Living Color was like the first show, or number 10. It was on the air from 1990 to 1994. If you aren't familiar, you know, sometimes I have some little young bucks watching my show. In Living Color was kind of like a variety comedy show. It was Saturday Night Live for Black people, low key. Like, and everybody started on that show. Yes, Jim Carrey was made on that show. Glamorous D said it best, okay? Jim Carrey, that show made Jim Carrey. So many of our stars, especially the Black ones, Black comedians, they started on that show or they had an opportunity. It was produced by the Wayans brothers. So like, they were like Black comedic gold in the 90s. The Wayans brothers was it, the original one, okay? And yes, it was only on the air from 1990 to 1994. Keep that in mind. 4 years. 4 years. All right, so I got my strawberries in here. I went ahead and Yvette said, and it made J-Lo too. It did. J-Lo was one of the fly girls. You can do what you want to do. In Living Color. Okay, so got my strawberries. Went ahead and added a little bit of monk fruit in here. So if you want to metastasize the strawberries, that's why how it like draws out the juice and stuff and makes like a little syrup. You definitely want to add in some sugar or a sugar substitute. Let it sit for a while. This ain't going to do much because we just did it here, but you know, it is what it is. We'll let it sit off to the side. Let it do its thing. Actually, you know what? Maybe if I have my top, I can put it in the fridge, but we'll just let it sit there for now. All righty. Yeah, y'all like my little dance, my little jig. Let's see what y'all said in the comments. You know it's Sundays at 8 p.m. Yes. My sister, Miss Peach Love, is the reason why I used to watch half these shows, because in real life, from 1990 to 1994, I was what? 5 to 8, 9. There was really no reason why I should have been watching In Living Color, but hey, when you have older siblings, this is what happens. This is what happens. Let's see. Glamorous D says, fun fact, Paul Mooney created Homie the Clown. Really? Homie don't play that, okay? Yes. All right, so that's number 10. Number 9, even though one of these people been getting on my nerves with her personal life in the media, but my next show on the list is Sister Sister. It was on the air from 1994 to 1999. So Another show, what, 5 years was on the air. Great show, T and Tamara. I love Sister Sister. My daughter actually watches Sister Sister to this day on Netflix or Hulu, whatever one it comes on. Like, it was such a cute show, and I thought it was so wholesome. It was so wholesome. It was a show that, of course, at that age, I was getting a little older. So, like, it was nice to be able to watch like the tween and teen shows geared to like kids. It wasn't just grown people stuff, right? It was straight up kids. All right, y'all. What y'all got? What y'all got? Let me tell you something. What does Glamorous D said? Go home, Roger. Yes. Roger in real life need to go home. Y'all see him in the headlines. Go home, Roger. Me and my friend, we said it all the time. Go home, Roger. Yes, I love Sister Sister. I loved Sister Sister. Okay. The drunk Anton Jenkins, the drunk home. Yeah, look, it was so many different characters on In Living Color. Not even funny. All right, y'all. Let's see. Tasha is in the building. Thank you so much for joining, my friend. Mimosa number 2. If y'all counting, don't judge me. All right. Derek Gaines, I see you in the building. Thank you so much for joining. All right. So number 8, y'all. A lot of people hardly ever talk about the show that I'm about to tell you. People hardly ever, and this show, actually, I had to put them on the thumbnail. I don't know why I keep doing this. Like, I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep making a mess. All right. So, the next show, number 8. Tell me if y'all remember this. New York Undercover. New York Undercover was on TV from 1994 again to 1995. I'm starting to see a pattern here, y'all. 5 years and the gig is up. 1994 to 1999. New York Undercover, I'm going to just say it right now before we even get going. New York Undercover was on Fox. We know that. I can't remember like how the time slots went, but I know New York Undercover, I think it came on later. Was it Martin before and then New York Undercover? Was it that? Can't remember. But, you know, New York Undercover is one of those shows that kind of brought Fox, the network, the basic television, local TV network, Fox, it brought Fox back to life. It was one of those shows that brought them back to life. And then, yes, Celeste said it in the chats. We're going to, look, she done got half my list on this thing. Martin, Living Single, then New York Undercover. Yes, those 3 shows is what revived Fox. And we gonna see the years that all of those 3 shows was on that network. So New York Undercover, it went away. It was canceled or they stopped the show in 1999. All right, so next up on the list. While we're going over number 8, I'm going to go ahead and start our little batter for our French toast bites. So to start the batter, I'm actually going to use 2 eggs. In the recipe that Miranda Brady, who I got the recipe from, the inspiration, she uses 1 egg. We're going to do more of a traditional French toast batter. But so it's not just eggs. So I'm using 2 eggs because I'm going to make probably 2 sandwiches worth of bites. And I just want to make sure I have enough batter. My daughter is not in the house right now, but I'm sure she might jump in the comments. She knows what I'm making. She's going to be like, oh, I want some. So make sure I have enough batter to make her some as well. So we got 2 eggs. I have a half a cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. If you want to use cow's dairy milk, you can do that. I would recommend actually using vanilla dairy or cow's milk. The last time I made French toast for my daughter and her friend, I used the vanilla milk, and y'all, it changed the MFing game. Okay. All right. My brother is in the building. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so 2 eggs, a half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. I'm gonna also add in some vanilla extract. I didn't get anything to measure. Let me get a teaspoon. Where are the teaspoons, child? Okay, here we go. Here's a half a teaspoon. We'll use this. All right, so we're gonna do a teaspoon. I mean, you could do a half a teaspoon. Actually, this half a teaspoon is actually quite enough. So this is pure vanilla extract. If you're using imitation, you can use a whole teaspoon. With the pure, you really don't need that much. It's very strong. And we also have vanilla flavor in the milk as well. So a half a teaspoon of vanilla flavor. So this is going to be a little game changer. So for my coffee, y'all see I have like a little coffee station back here, and I have some Tirani syrups. They're all sugar-free because y'all know I try to eat for health, cook for health, watch my calories, carbs, and all that kind of stuff as much as possible. So I always use unsweetened syrups in my coffee in the morning. That helps cut down on the amount of sugar and carbs I'm consuming. Today, I'm going to use the hazelnut flavor of unsweetened syrup. I'm actually got 2 pumps of this. So y'all know y'all been to Starbucks and you see like the little pumps of syrup or whatnot. They have sugar-free versions. Definitely check them out. I use the caramel and vanilla daily in my coffee. Depending on how I'm feeling, I'll add in hazelnut sometimes. But they have all types of flavors, sugar-free. They even have raspberry flavor. They have different fruit flavors. So check them out. You can incorporate them in variety of different ways. So just wanted to put y'all up on game on that. I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of cinnamon, a very little bit of nutmeg, and then also a teaspoon of monk fruit. And monk fruit is my sugar substitute. I also use this in the mornings as well. It's a natural sugar substitute. So this is the brand I like to use. You can find it anywhere, Walmart, Kroger, any type of grocery store, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be everywhere. All right, so just going to break the eggs up and mix this really, really good. So number 7 on my list, another wholesome teen geared show is Moesha. We all loved Moesha back in the 90s. Moesha was actually on from 96 to 2001. Again, another show that was on the air for about 5 years. And I really loved Moesha. Like, I loved Moesha. I loved Brandy. Brandy was one of my favorite singers back in the day in the 90s. I feel like Brandy's music is just amazing. Her voice is amazing. Brandy was that girl, okay? Brandy was that girl, and Moesha was wildly successful. Everyone loved Moesha. And then, of course, we all know that from Moesha, we got the Parkers. So, and that's where everybody fell in love with Monique and all that kind of stuff. So, number 7 is Moesha. Number 6, keep in mind, like I said, number 7, Moesha, that was on the air from 96 to 2001. So, number 6, y'all, this is actually probably top 3 shows, one of my favorite shows. Then I'm going to come to the comments and see what y'all saying. But I just got to put this out here because I'm just so excited about this. So number 6 of my top 10 90s TV shows, Family Matters. Keep in mind, this list is not in any particular order. This is not like, oh, this is my number 6 rated show. Actually, Family Matters is easily in the top 3. I'm pretty sure I've seen every single episode of Family Matters. That show ran, it looks like, I think, the longest out of all the shows. Now I'm looking at the list. Family Matters was on TV from 1989 to 1998. So almost 10 years. So only 9 years, just shy of 10 years. Look, man, everybody knows and loves Steve Urkel. Everybody knows and loves Laura Winslow, Carl Winslow, Harriet Winslow, Mother Winslow. Like, come on. No, not one child in the 90s disliked Family Matters. Even if you thought Steve Urkel was annoying, you still watch Family Matters. Yes, TGIF was it. Okay, was it? Glamorous D said it best again. He dropping gems in the chat. The whole TGIF block was amazing. It was. It was so wholesome too. So let's reminisce. We got what? Family Matters. Y'all let me know like the whole block. I don't remember like the order in which it went, but wasn't Fresh Prince a part of TGIF? Fresh Prince, Family Matters, Full House. I know it was Full House and Family Matters. And then something else. I don't know, child. But TGIF was it. It was it. Yes. Tasha says it would have been in my top 10. Absolutely. TGIF was life. TGIF was life. Like everybody loved okay, Miss Peach Love. I do remember this. I forgot that though. Family Matters came from Perfect Strangers. So if you don't remember, Perfect Strangers was a sitcom based in Chicago. And Harriet Winslow was actually the elevator operator. She played the elevator operator in that show. And so it was a spinoff of of Perfect Strangers. And they had a show based on Harriet because I guess everybody loved Harriet. I don't really remember Perfect Strangers. Again, Family Matters started in 1989. In 1989, I was 4. Okay. So no, I don't remember Perfect Strangers, but I do know, and I did know that it came from the show Family Matters came from Perfect Strangers. Thank you for reminding us of that, Miss Peach Love, with history lessons. In some cases, dinosaurs. I remember dinosaurs. Full House, Family Matters, block changed up a lot. Step by Step. Yes, I do remember Step by Step. That's one of my shows too. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. If you can see the theme of this particular show that we're talking about, all the shows I'm talking about are Black TV shows. However, like my all-time favorite shows, Full House, Family Matters are in the top 5, period. I loved Full House. I still love Full House, even so much so that my daughter watches Full House. And we've even watched the new Fuller House on Netflix where DJ is a widow. She got 2 kids. Stephanie comes and helps take care of the kids, as well as what's the homegirl from next door? God, dog. Now I can't remember her name. I'm getting old. With the stinky feet. Can't remember her name to save my life, but they don't show Michelle on the show. But we already know that the twins was crazy. So Kimmy, yes. Thank you, Celeste. Celeste reminded me. Kimmy. All right, let me come up. Let's see what y'all talking about. We got our batter ready. Let that sit there. So for our bread today, we're going to use some honey wheat bread, just simple bread. You can use any type of bread. Of course, the more you try, the better the bread, the more nutritious it's going to be. Lord and heaven knows I wanted to use like brioche bread, but I was like, no, I ain't going to do that. So I used the honey wheat. These particular slices, they're only 70 calories per slice. They got 3 grams of protein, only a half a gram of fat. It's not bad. We got some nice little micronutrients in here, calcium, iron, something I can't say, a few things I can't say. So yeah, we doing good. Okay. If you want, you can get, more of a whole grain bread. We're going to be adding sweetness to it. So really this is the time to actually use a healthier bread that has more whole grains and it's more nutritionally dense. But like I said, I wasn't going, it's fine. This bread ain't bad. So like I said, I'm going to make like 2 sandwiches worth of the French toast. So I got 4 slices of bread. We are going to be cutting the crust off, and then we'll go ahead and make our Nutella sandwiches. Okay. So I'm going to spread the Nutella on here first and then cut off the edges. You know what? See, this is what happened when people who know you in real life come to be shady. Barry Bell says, child used to run Full House episodes into the ground. Barry Bell knows me very well. We even lived together at one point. So she knows the lameness that is me. Let's see. Let me pull up some of your comments. See what y'all saying in the chat. Siobhan says the actress that played Laura on Family Members is your Sora. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. All right. She is my Sora. Shout out to all the Deltas in the building and not in the building. Look at Siobhan coming with the facts. She said those used Black audience to build their ratings, popularity, money, got the money, and then got rid of them. Period. This is in reference to what I was saying about how Fox came up from the Black shows like New York Undercover, Martin, all those shows that they played in the 90s. Their ratings were terrible. They were terrible back in the 90s. Other networks were beating them out. And so they decided to get somebody in their departments decided to get these Black people, these Black shows on TV, which is nothing wrong with it. But, in my opinion, it probably had to do with the fact that because they were Black actors and all that kind of stuff, they paid them less, which we know, especially when we talk about Living Single and how they basically stole the idea of Friends from Living Single, and the Friends people ended up making millions of dollars, way more money than Living Single. So of course they were paying them less. And then once they got on, they dropped us. Kind of how some things are going right now in the YouTube space on the Black side, but I ain't gonna bring that up. All right, so I am gonna spread this Nutella on one side of my bread. And then I'll go ahead and top it like a little sandwich. And then we're going to cut off the crust. All right. So number 5, which is going to be of my top 10 90s shows. This is not, again, in any particular order, but this particular show was one of my faves as well. And I know of a few HBCU grads in here, so y'all are going to appreciate this. Number 5 is A Different World. If you were a young Black kid in the late 80s and early 90s, you watched A Different World. A Different World, of course, we know is a spinoff from Cosby Show, which is actually number 4. I'll go ahead and say that right now. Number 4 is The Cosby Show. Look, we all know the controversy that's going on about the namesake of the show, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the fact that these two shows changed Black culture forever. We have to recognize that, and we should give homage to them. We should give them their flowers, because The Cosby Show, as well as A Different World, was really the first time we got to see like Black professionals, Black intellectuals on TV. Like, I don't think people realize, especially kids nowadays, because you see Black people everywhere in the media, right? But growing up, it was only so many. I mean, in the 90s, we had like a little renaissance. We did have a Black Hollywood renaissance. But prior to that, shows that were about Black people were few and far in between. And it really showed the struggle of Black life, and not necessarily the other side of Black life, where people were going to college, people had professions, people weren't just in poverty. And so it was very nice to see those images on TV. Miss Dr. Huxtable was one of everybody's favorite TV dads, all of that, right? I loved Cosby Show. So, and I loved The Different World. Different World was on TV from 1987 to 1993. And then Cosby Show was on from 1984 to 1992. The funny thing about Cosby Show only being on the air from 1984 to 92, so what, 8 years? Cosby Show was wildly successful. Everybody was on The Cosby Show. If you was anybody in Hollywood and you was Black, you came through The Cosby Show. And even A Different World started that too. Once A Different World came on, we all know how A Different World started. Denise went to college. She went to Hillman. I think both of them, Dr. Huxtable and Mrs. Huxtable, they both went to Hillman. So she went to their alma mater. But of course, in true Denise fashion, homegirl flunked out freshman year, right? So that's the show. So she had to go. I think in real life, she got pregnant. And so they didn't want to show her pregnant on the show. So they decided to bring her back to The Cosby Show. And once Debbie Allen stepped in, A Different World was revitalized. Because Different World, the first season, it was an HBCU, but they had like a little white girl on there. Don't get me wrong. I went to HBCU. We had white people at Fisk, okay? We did. But it wasn't giving HBCU campus the first season. So after Debbie Allen stepped in and became like the creative director of the show or whatever her role was, I don't know her official role. I'm sure Siobhan will correct me in the comments. But once she came on, like, it gave HBCU, it gave now I can't think of the movie that everyone loves, that everybody who was on A Different World played in, and it was also HBCU. Look, Different World and Cosby Show, those are a part of the top 5. I love them. I love their contribution to Black culture. Yes, Glamorous D, Aretha Franklin sang the intro. She did. Even the intro changed because the first season wasn't the Aretha Franklin version. I mean, can we just take a moment to reflect? Let me cut this crust off. We watched that and the Cosby Show. Yes, we did. Like, in my household, we loved the Cosbys, okay? We love the Cosbys. I can't say that is the reason why I went to a HBCU, but that is definitely the reason why a lot of us went to HBCU. That's not necessarily the exact reason, but let me tell you something. Okay, so my bread is a little bit smaller, so I'm not going to cut these into 4. I'm going to have like little, I might even make me another one. So I'm going to show y'all how I'm cutting these. I'm going to keep them like so. School days. Yes, Miss Peach Love. Thank you for reminding me. Go sit down, Max. Bye, brother. Go. So we're going to keep them in this type of shape. Let me cut off the... So we're going to have like little French toast sticks. Nutella French toast sticks. I'm going to make another one so we can have enough. Yes, Debbie changed the game. Debbie Allen is Black Hollywood royalty. She is. Everybody was. Dang near the whole cast of School Days was on A Different World. Dang near the whole cast. That's an honorable mention. I do have a list of honorable mention shows that I'll mention, that I'll let y'all know of. But I'm sure y'all pick up on the trend of how long these shows run on TV, right? I don't know if Siobhan has anything if she's still in the chat, if she has anything to bring to light with that. So number 3, I've mentioned it before. Okay, actually, you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't even have a top. I have a top. So, okay. So all the shows from 1 through 6 are literally not necessarily in order, but those are my most favorite. I will say that. Because number 3, I mentioned it before, is Living Single. Living Single was on the air from 95 to 98, another show that only made it on the air for 5 years. But y'all, this was another show. So Living Single actually is like the show that made me want to be like, grow up and go to college and have a career and have friends, and just, it made looking like 20 something look so fun. 20s, late 20s, early 30s. Unfortunately, adult life is nothing like living single. How is it that they was living in New York City in these amazing apartments and all this kind of stuff? Child, you can't afford to live nowhere nowadays. But Living Single just made, it was everything. Kyle and Max was everything. Overton was so fine to me, y'all. Oh God, I thought Overton was so fine. That bald head, child. Overton was cute. TC Carson, he was annoying, but I liked Kyle. I liked everybody. Honestly, I loved all the characters. I loved everything about Living Single. It was bae. It was great. All right. So we have our little French toast little situations here. We'll keep them here. We're going to start our French toast in just a minute. Let's see. Any new comments? Debbie Allen was also in the house. Yes, she was. Debbie Allen, she is that girl. Okay. I ain't gonna say it the other way because I don't want to disrespect the elders, but Debbie Allen is that girl. All right. Number 2, another show that revived. I mean, I think this is a part of everybody's top 5. If you black and you don't like this show, I don't know what's wrong with you. And that is Martin. My sisters in the chat, look, our entire family watched Martin. From my grandfather, grandmother, everybody watched Martin. We all loved Martin. Everybody even has a favorite Martin episode. Like, I literally, every time I'm around like a bunch of people who are in their 30s and 40s, and we start talking about different things, everybody brings up Martin. Everybody be like, oh, you remember the episode when they went out of town and Martin and Pam was fighting that little, I don't even know what that animal was, but that show. All right. I think this is here's another mimosa. All right. Let me pull up my pot because it's time to make our French toast. Of course, StreamYard want to act crazy. Yes, that big old rat thing. I don't know what that was that they were fighting. Leslie, what was that? What was that? They let us in the room, but didn't want us at the table. True. Like, it actually saddens me. So I'm going to start this while I'm waiting on that. So, like I said, the original recipe called for it's like more of a churro type situation. So they had like a cinnamon and sugar mix. I'm going to be using Cinnamon Toast Crunch seasoning blend, a Cinnadust. I've seen this. I got this from, where did I get this from? Sam's Club. I've actually seen it in other places. So definitely see if you can find this and try it out. If not, you can just mix sugar and cinnamon together, or you can use like a sugar substitute. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of this in a container or a plate here. And then once we're done with cooking our French toast, we'll go ahead and dip it into the cinnamon sugar mixture. Bruh man from the 5th floor. Yes. The New Jack City CD player incident. Let me see. Martin was like the Chappelle show. You remember those moments? Yes. Martin was everything. What does Siobhan have to say? Martin was great. I feel like Martin was probably one of those black shows that was so popular. It reached so many other cultures and ethnicities that started watching. Absolutely. Oh, I can smell this already. So I'm going to be using some butter flavored non-stick cooking spray. Actually, let me turn that off. Okay. Let me turn it down. I don't want it to burn. So for our oil source, we're going to use, like I said, the butter flavored non-stick cooking spray. You can use butter if you want to, but again, we're cooking for health. So this is how we're going to lower the amount of calories and fat that we're intaking. So these will be very minimal. Very minimal. So I'm just going to dip our French toast bites inside of our batter. And then we'll go ahead and just add them to the pot. Trying to make sure it's heated up enough. All righty. Yes. Put that back up. I'm going to cook all of them so we don't have too many. If you want, you could cut them up smaller, but my bread is not huge, so I don't want the pieces to be too small. This is going to go very quickly. Pretty quickly. This will be a good option for like a brunch. This is definitely perfect for like Let's say you have kids, if you want to do like a little brunch birthday party situation. I actually, one of my daughter's friends had like a brunch birthday. This would be perfect for that. Kids will love this. And you can actually do different flavors. Like I said, you can get the biscotti spread. You can do peanut butter and jelly. You can do almond butter. You can, so many options. So many options. All right. While that's going, I'm going to wash my hands. All righty. Oh, okay. So let's check on our French toast bites. See, I'm going to use my spatula. Actually, oh, look how pretty that is. Nice little color. Bring them all to the middle. Make sure we get good color on them. So you don't need to cook them very long. Just a matter of getting them nice and toasty. Nice little sear on both sides. Oh, this looks so good. It smells good too. Remember, we added a bunch of flavor to our batter, not just the egg, but also I used some unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I only used a half a cup of that. Vanilla unsweetened almond milk is only about 30 calories per cup. And so there's no added sugar. So that's a great thing. And then we also, like I said, we use 2 eggs. We use a little monk fruit to sweeten up our batter, some pure vanilla extract, as well as a little bit of sugar-free hazelnut syrup. All right. The kazoo audition. Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. Let's see. Yes, now that I'm older, I truly see how people will catch what the Black community does to make their own. I truly wish more fun style Black shows were on the air now. Absolutely. And see, that's my thing. Like, where are the shows? Where are the shows that, you know, are geared for us and not just like, don't get me wrong, like I love a good drama like Power and Empire and like all that kind of stuff, but like most of the shows, pretty much all the shows that I've named so far, and I have one more show to name. Y'all can maybe pick up on the show that I haven't named just yet. All of these shows are really wholesome. Even New York Undercover, yeah, it was like more of an action TV, you know, talking about crime, but it gave like, it was like the Black, it wasn't necessarily the Black Law and Order, but it was around that realm. Like, you know, it was about police work and things of that nature. And it wasn't just Black people on New York Undercover too. It was just, so we got, I don't even remember their names, but we had the Hispanic dude. I think he was Puerto Rican. Like, look, I miss it. So Martin was on the air, like I said, 92 to 97. So here we go. Another show on the air for about 5 years. And then my last show on my top 10 list, baby, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If I had to have a top show, this is probably it. I know for a fact I've seen pretty much every single episode of The Fresh Prince. I love Will Smith, despite his hangups in his personal life. I love Will Smith. He's always been that guy for me. Will Smith, if there was a man in Hollywood that I feel like, ooh, I love him to death, is Will Smith. Like, I love Will Smith, okay? And I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I love it. And that's another show that I have put my daughter on too. All right, so we're going to take these out because these are done, y'all. Don't these look good? Don't these look good? All right. So I'm going to add this on this little plate. Then from there, I'm going to move this out the way. And I'll let y'all see me assembling our churro French toast bites. All right. So I'm just going to lightly roll them in here in our cinnamon toast crunch Cinnadust. so we can get some churro flavor situation going. Here we go. Sorry, y'all. All right. So yes, I do feel like that it's just not that many good shows on TV right now. Like of course, we watch a lot of streaming. And so Netflix and Hulu and all of those things, and they do give some good options. Don't get me wrong. But the TV options that are geared literally for Black people are very limited. And I feel like they stick to like certain genres and topics that really are just not that great in my opinion. Like I'm tired of reality TV. Don't get me wrong. I have my thing with reality TV. There's a place for reality TV, but it feels like most of the shows that come out these days are reality TV shows. We don't get a lot of good scripted shows. And I know that there's a lot more that goes into that. It's not just, it's a lot that goes into having a show on TV. It really is. Just from the few people that I do know working in the entertainment industry, in the television industry, it is a lot to get green lights and to get funding and all that other kind of stuff to get shows on the air. And then we know, have situations where people are stealing people's content, stealing people's creative ideas. All right. So for our meal here, I'm going to add in some Nutella to dip. So we're going to have, I'm actually going to put this in should I put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds? Yeah, put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds. Get it a little warm. Let's go. Just a few seconds. Kind of warm it up. Get it melted. We're going to put our strawberries on here. All right. Just for a few seconds. Let me mix this up some more. Yes, this is going to be so good. So good. All right, last thing that we need to do is get our strawberries on here. All right, let me make this nice for y'all. So I'm just going to, let me rearrange this here. So we can have our French toast bites with our strawberries on top. And they have metastasized just a little bit. We got a little syrup going. All right. Oh, this is so cute. This is so cute. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is so delicious looking. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Because this looks amazing. All right, guys. Here we have it. Our Nutella French toast bites with some strawberries, topped with strawberries, and some Nutella to dip on the side. Looks delicious, right? Nice little different situation. Nice little different brunch situation. All right. I did get a notification while I was plating. Let's see who we got here. We have Celeste for $10 on Cash App. She says for the 90s nostalgic brunch. Thank you so much, Celeste, for the Cash App. Thank y'all so much for the support. Really appreciate y'all. All right. Before I take the picture and get a little video, let me catch up on some comments. Yes, this is great for the kids. As Celeste said, this is a great option for kids. So if you got kids, definitely try this out. This will be fun for them to help out with too. Miss Peach Love says, I watch all these shows with my kids and now Muffin except for New York Undercover and Living Single. I even brought Muffin to the Cosby Show on DVD a few years ago. Look, I have put my daughter on to all the shows as well. I want to sit down and watch my son. That's all we did as kids. Let me see. New York Undercover was created by Dick Wolf, the same guy that made. Oh, okay. Look at y'all coming with the TV history facts. That's good to know. Okay, okay. Let's see. Celeste says they do look good and so quick and easy to make. Yes, this is super, super easy. Y'all see, 55 minutes. This live has been thus far. Yes. Y'all watch the shows. Not sure if it was mentioned. Parenthood with Robert Townsend, Suzanne Douglas, and Reagan Gomez was another gem. Yes. Okay. So thank y'all. Thank y'all. Let me go ahead and take a picture. Let me refill my mimosa so it can be a part of the picture. And then all right. Look at this. This is a nice little brunch option. I'm here for this. I am here for this. Look, I'm trying to clean and get this set. All right. Let's take a picture, get a video, and then I'm going to taste for y'all because this looks absolutely amazing. Amazing. Super, super easy. Again, I have the link for the original recipe in in the description. So feel free to take a look there. I did make a few changes, but not too much. Not too much. I tried to keep along with like more of an original French toast type of batter. So I did use milk. But again, we use unsweetened almond milk, unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Look at there. Look at those Nutella bites. Oh, look. I'm so excited. All right. Time to taste. While I'm tasting, before I taste, actually let me taste, and then I'll give y'all my honorable mention show or my honorable mention list because I do have, let's see, how many shows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 shows on my honorable mention list that I really love. They're also shows from the 90s. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel about these shows as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just try it without dipping it inside of the Nutella. Then so I'm just gonna try it just with how it is here. That's good. That's real good. Dip it in some Nutella. Listen. This is a snack here. This can be real dangerous. It's so delicious. It's like savory and sweet at the same time. It's not overdone. We didn't add too much. I'm going in for another one. All right, y'all. So for my honorable mentions, this is so good. Woo! Okay. Honorable mentions. Number 11, Def Comedy Jam. Come on now. Who didn't watch Def Comedy Jam in the 90s? Def Comedy Jam was on air from 1992 to 1997. Then for number 12, I have the Jamie Foxx Show, which was on the air from 96 to 2001. Love, love, love Jamie Foxx Show. I think the Jamie Foxx Show is really what put Jamie Foxx on the map for real. All right, can y'all hear me? Yeah, I see. Okay. Yes, my sound should be back on. Thank y'all for letting me know. So I'm not sure if y'all heard me. Number 12 was so we had Def Comedy Jam for number 11. Def Comedy Jam, these are my honorable mentions, y'all. So Def Comedy Jam was on the air from 92 to 1997. It was everything and then some. My sister and cousin used to watch Def Comedy Jam all the time. And so, of course, because they were watching, I was watching too. Then we had the Jamie Foxx show that was on the air from 96 to 2001. I love the Jamie Foxx show. I said this, I'm pretty sure y'all didn't hear this. I think Jamie Foxx show is really what put Jamie Foxx on the map. We really got to see just how talented Jamie Foxx was. And then from there, his movie career kind of just exploded. Also, number 13, The Parenthood, which was on the air from 95 to 1999. That was another good show. Oh, this particular show, I love the Wayans brothers. I really, really love the Wayans brothers, Marlon and Sean. I thought Sean was so cute, but now I think Marlon is cuter. But but as a kid, I just had the biggest crush on Marlon or Sean. But they portray him on the show as like the attractive one. He was the ladies' man. He was the one all the girls wanted, and Marlon was just like whatever. He was the young little tag-along brother, little goofy one. But I think Marlon is so cute now. And he has evolved. He is really doing his thing. And then lastly, my last honorable mention show. Oh, the Wayans brothers. It was actually on the air from 95 to 99. Again, we see the time frame here. We see the time frame. And then last honorable mention, I could keep going, but I'm just going to stop at 15, is The Parkers, which we all know is a spinoff from Moesha. Parkers was on the air from 1999 to 2004. Love The Parkers. The Parkers is what put Monique on the map and really made her like a force to be reckoned with. And then from there, we all know about Monique. All right, let's see what y'all saying in the comments. Besides the fact that I didn't have no sound, Miss Peach Love says, I recorded every episode of Def Comedy Jam. Yes, she did. Like y'all. She watched Def Comedy Jam all the time. All the time. Another slept on show was Rock. I really enjoyed it. It was like a Black Roseanne, but better in my opinion. Yes. So actually, Rock was on the list of shows. I did enjoy Rock, but I enjoyed other shows more. So that's why I didn't put Rock, but I did watch Rock growing up. Glorious D is mentioning another show that I enjoyed a lot. I love Steve Harvey's show when he played the school teacher. Yes, Steve Harvey's show was really good. What was the secretary's name on there? Whatever her name was, Alize Jenkins. That Cedric the Entertainer. Dad, you know what? The thing that I loved about Black TV shows, especially from like the 90s and early 2000s, those shows really gave a lot of Black actors and actresses like the opportunity to like show what they're made of. Like so many people that we look now that we revere in such high regards in terms of Black Hollywood, they all started on these shows. Like they got little small parts. If it was like a co-star, or even if it was just like someone on the show for like 1 or 2 episodes, like, and that is one of the reasons why I'm like, what happened to TV? Like Lavita, yes, Lavita Alize Jenkins. That makes me think of Sita's World. So on Instagram, I saw this. They have this they had this video of these like cartoon characters that was supposed to be like AKAs and Delta strolling or whatever. And in the comments, somebody was like, it's giving Sita's World, because that's what the characters look like. They look just like Sita's World. Y'all remember Sita's World on BET? I don't know when that show was on the air, but it was, Sita was so ghetto, but I loved Sita at the same time. She was so ghetto, but you could not watch Sita's World. That's when we were still watching music videos. Yes, Sita's World. She was so hood. I loved it though. I love it. I love us. I love everything about Black culture, good, bad, and indifferent. And it's one of the reasons why I feel like we need more. Like it's so many places to get content now. So I do appreciate the fact that like, you know, there are people like myself who can just hop on the camera and give a different type of content and entertainment, as well as a little education as well. But it would be nice to have like a few shows that show just normal Black people just living and surviving, you know? That's what I really loved about Insecure, and I'm sad that Insecure got off the air. I honestly am really sad that Insecure was only a half an hour when it was on, and then she would have like what, 10 or 12 episodes. Look, HBO, Y'all play us. I'm not going to blame it on Issa. I'm going to blame it on HBO because I really wanted more than 30 minutes of Insecure and we only got it. And then next thing you know, each season was like 8 to 12 episodes. Trash. The show wasn't trash, but the way they did the show, I feel like it was trash. It is a theme that we see with a lot of Black centered content when it comes to television and movies. It's like they stick to certain formulas, or if it is like a lot of creative control, they don't want to give them a lot of resources to make sure they market it better or to have it blasted more so people are watching. But on the flip side, I will say this. I think, all of us have expressed our frustration with the lack of good, positive energy or images on TV, but we have a lot more negative images. We also have to think about the fact of like what's selling. Drama sells. Drama sells, sex sells, drugs sell, trash sells on all socioeconomic levels, all races and ethnicities. We all enjoy. Americans in general love mess and drama. So if we truly want to have more positive images on TV, we have to make sure the ones that we do have, we support them. Me included. Let's see. I knew this isn't a Black show, but I liked Home Improvement. Home Improvement was that show. I loved Home Improvement as well. Don't get me wrong. I didn't watch just Black series shows growing up in the 90s. There were so many shows. Like I said, I used to love Step by Step, Party of Five, Ally McBeal, 90210, Party of Five. Let's see. What was the show? I think the guy who was like a pastor, he ended up having like a scandal. Her cousin was named Duracell. Okay, Levita and her family was too much. Yeah, it was so many shows in the 90s. And honestly, I can't even just say Black shows are lacking. I feel like shows in general are lacking these days. Like, it's just, TV is just not what it used to be. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of ratings are going. Yes, Celeste said it. Seventh Heaven. I love that show. But the guy who was the dad, I think there was some controversy. It seems like all the shows that were so wholesome back in the day, the people who starred in them, they were all full of controversy. It's just madness. What does Celeste say? You're right, trash sells, but how were all of these 90s and 2000 shows successful? What changed? So in my personal opinion, I'm not sure if Siobhan is still in the chat, but my personal opinion, reality TV is what happened. Like let's call a spade a spade. Reality TV is what happened. Also, I think social media started to get its shine. Once we had access to people, the famous people and what they were doing in real time, it just changed the name of the game. And from there, like people wanted what they deemed as real. And then also like reality TV brought a level of drama that wasn't being brought with the scripted shows. I literally remember a time where like I did not watch any scripted shows. It took me a while to start watching scripted shows, and the scripted shows I started watching was like Scandal. So like we started seeing like more of a renaissance. What's homegirl who made Scandal? Black lady, Grey's Anatomy lady. I can't think of her name. But that started something. I mean, I think Shonda Rhimes, she started like a little, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. And I do feel like a lot of the shows that we do have, they're pushing certain narratives. I don't want to go too deep into it, but like certain narratives are being pushed that I just don't like. I don't see enough of like Black families thriving. I would love to see that, especially right now, because we have such a breakdown in the Black family. It would be very beneficial to see some of those images on TV, because I do really believe that like in order for us to improve our community, we have to start with the family first, start at home first. Let's see. Morals and standards changed. They had to bring back negative imagery to perpetuate the stereotypes. True. Facts. I really do believe most TV shows in the 90s all have recognizable themes. Absolutely. They do. They did. Like I said, it was more wholesome. It was definitely more wholesome. Our society has changed. American culture has changed. Trash sells. I mean, think about it. Also in the 90s, especially the latter part of the 90s and the early 2000s, we saw like a huge boom in drama on daytime TV. So like the Jerry Springers, the Ricky Lakes, Jenny Jones, all of these things. Even Oprah started having like more controversial people on air. Like it just, we saw, you can, if you look back on TV, you really can see the transition and why things really did happen. I just think as consumers, as the viewers, it's our responsibility to kind of like change that as well. So like, no, we can't stop Zeus Network from existing because Zeus Network is terrible. It started with VH1 and MTV and all of their trash shows, and then Bravo, TLC, E Network, like all of these, everybody started their own genre or their own version of reality TV. And then unfortunately, because the culture started where like the most ridiculous things on TV got the most shine, it seemed like all of the shows that were geared towards us were even worse than the other reality TV shows. And it at one point, I know for me, it started to be a situation where I can't watch this anymore. Like I literally was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. I used to love Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I remember watching one of the latter seasons and I was just like, I think it was one of the first seasons. It was one of the few seasons before Nene officially left the show. And I was just like, I can't watch this. Like I literally can predict what's going to happen the entire season. And I'm like, don't get me wrong. I know that there are wild, crazy banshees out here, but like me and my friends, we don't act like this. I don't go to brunch with a friend and throw my mimosa on her. I'm not fighting. I can't tell you the last time I put my hands on somebody. Like this is not real life. So why are we acting like it is? And then now we have a culture on social media where people are trying to emulate those images because they've been put in front of our faces so much, we view them as normal. So that's my little soapbox. I'm going to get off my soapbox. I hope y'all enjoyed our little nostalgic situation talking about shows in the 90s. Yes, Shonda with the Honda, Funky Dineva. Funky Dineva, he was also one of the reasons why I love Scandal, because he would literally come on and review. So thank y'all again for joining me. I hope y'all had a great time here today with our brunch. Hope y'all enjoyed our French toast bites. Make sure you check out the original recipe. If you do try it out, let me know. I will be back live on Wednesday. If you have any suggestions for what I can cook on Wednesday, feel free to reach out. Instagram, email, website, one of the comments on YouTube. We will definitely be having another episode of World Wide Web Wednesday this coming Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. And then also, thanks again so much for everybody who has helped me reach that 1,000 watch hour mark. I'm so excited. I have a huge, huge goal of making it to monetization by a certain time point. I'm not going to say when I would like to be monetized. I'm just going to keep it to myself, but just know that we are on track to make that happen. Okay. So thank y'all so much. Thanks again, Celeste, for the Cash App donation for our beautiful brunch. Y'all have a happy Sunday. Cheers to y'all. Thanks again so much for joining. We out of here early, y'all. See y'all Wednesday.